rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on a
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Santos out for the opening kick. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Chooses to bring this one out. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That one's complete over the middle. Rolling into enemy territory. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
Williams starting with a pass here. It's taken in by Roma Dunze. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught him. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense. What was supposed to move the chains, or at least did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's go.
Third down, here's Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth.
Set up. Set go.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on fourth down and pick up the first. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26.
Here we go.
First down, here's Swift. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Come on, set. Hey, check that out.
Going to run again with Swift. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. It's a gain of 4. And that's good for a Bears first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on first. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
He's got it on the bootleg. Buying some time right. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Ready.
To throw, Williams. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th and long. The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Carney's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. To throw, Herbert. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And they finally down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They give to Harris from the gun. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Set.
Staying on the ground with Harris. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this third down.
Go.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. That throw finds Johnston. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
And this isn't going to do it. The kick is no good. And a 4-point lead, it shall remain.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
On the jump.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Here's Swift to start the drive. Having gained about a handful there. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Give him 5 on that carry. Bringing up 2nd and 5.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Set. Hut, hut.
Staying grounded with Swift. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Stopped by Deion Henley. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Check go.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Has his man, it's Swift. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this one touchdown inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
180.
They'll start with a give to Harris. His push straight ahead nets maybe a yard at most. That was Montez Sweat who took him down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He steps in and makes the interception. And he makes the let's go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. He not only broke on to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short fields, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears push their lead to 3. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Herbert back to it after the pick. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
1st and 10 from the 41. Herbert from the gun. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Trying to get outside here with Harris. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there. Reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out in 3rd and short.
A 3rd down run with Harris. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. We're through 1/4 of this opening weekend of football. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And this was certainly a miss hit, low and pretty short. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Only gets that punt to go 29 yards. And it's going to be Bears football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Ready.
Williams from the gun. He's got it over the middle. And he's out of bounds past midfield. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Let's go. Hurt. Get up.
Now here's Williams. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, short of the 15. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
Get up. Trap 60. Ready.
Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He's got him. That's Swift.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
The Chargers into a nickel set, third down.
Come on. Set. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Working from the gun, Williams. Swift hauls it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Second and goal coming up from the 7.
Ready.
Out of the shotgun to give to Swift. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He picked up 6 on the run. Now they're facing third and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive. Try to stick them with a loss and make a difficult fourth down decision.
Buckle up. It's third and goal.
Ready. Hut.
Here's a give straight up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Bears make it a 9-point advantage. Santos now for the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, first and 10.
Set. Go.
Herbert now, blitz coming. The Bears close it in, and they'll get him. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Set. 180. Straight out. Crowd right. Ready.
Trying again, following the sack. Hits him on the out route. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Herbert now to throw on third. Complete beyond the marker. Racing down the left side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch, just like that. Taking a short gain, and turning it into an explosive play.
Set. Ready.
Perez. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
The wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on second and goal. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers face a 4-point deficit. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Take go.
Off the play fake, Williams. Komet brings it in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Offense in the hurry up here.
70 Timberwolf.
Williams on the play action. And he brings... We've got 3rd down.
You know, that's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
Ready, break. Let's go now.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Bears looking for a bigger lead before the break.
Ready.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
18, Pioneer.
Slot man in motion right.
Ready.
1st down throw by Williams. That one's cut along the left sideline. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Set.
Man in motion here.
Ready.
Running behind center with Swift. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by Deion Henley. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
That one gains 7. And that's good for a Bears first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Bronco 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. Dragon 60. Go.
Williams to throw on first. Escapes out to the left. He tucks it and takes off. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd and 3 now.
Set. Hut, hut.
Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Let's go.
Motioning him from the slot right.
Let go.
Oh, giving it to the wide receiver on 3rd and short. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That kind of call right there, Kate, shouldn't be the 3rd down surprise it used to be 5, 10, 15 years ago. So common in teams' playbooks League One. But boy, is it tough to defend. And that's why they love breaking it out to reset those chains.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. And up.
This time it's a passing play. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Roma touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Back to throw it. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick 6 touchdown. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a a second pick six to watch.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. He lost it, deep left. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Bears are stopped on that return, so that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Come on, come on. Come 19, come 19. 79 Bronco. Ready, ready?
Out of the pistol, Williams. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here we go, shot.
Now it's a bootleg for him. He rolls to his right. Throw right side hauled in by Komet. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Still going inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down close to the 15 before going out. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got first and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. 3rd down coming. That one's out and cut on the right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Hold ready.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Go. Check go.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Flush down out to his left.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Ready, ready.
Switch. bring him down at the 1. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Set. Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
Hand off, running left, right. And he takes it into the end zone for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears grow the lead coming out of halftime. Jalen Wright with a touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Set.
Perez gets it on the counter. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Set. Go.
Herbert from the gun. And they pick him off again. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. That pick 6 ought to spell the end to any potential comeback we might have seen out of him, Brock. This deficit might be just too much to come back from.
Yeah, if there was any hope left, they sure could have used some points. And they're going to have to get points now in a hurry. And that's for an offense who just threw the interception. Heading right back out there, you better flush it fast.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Perez gets it on the draw. He's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down here, another give to Perez. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Set. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. And they pick him off again. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. What is up?
Carried by Harris here to start the drive. We'll cobble together a yard there. That's Baron Browning who makes the stop.
Ready.
They'll come to the
Set. Set.
Perez once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Set. 380. You're out. You're out.
Throwing now, Herbert. Buys time, rolling right. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
Set.
Herbert. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go.
Herbert back to it after the pick. And they pick him off again. Tremaine Edmonds has it. And the Bears are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
They run the counter with Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He intercepts the pass. Picked by Alohi Gilman. And the Chargers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, kid. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Staying on the ground with Herrick. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. Oh, and they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. To the house. Touchdown, L.A. The Chargers picked up the fumble and ran it home. That had to have been just about as far away as possible, Brock, from what that was drawn up to be. But the end result, partner, exactly as they planned. It's a touchdown.
In this case, Kate, it really was about the destination, not about the journey.
So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
Come on. Set. Ready.
From the 32. Looking for a... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating third and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
That one's intercepted. Derwin James picks it. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
He lets one fly. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Kevin Byard comes up with it. And the Bears will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Swift. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Benjamin St. Just getting up to end that play. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
2nd and 10 now. On the move, headed right. Oh, look at this, here he goes. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
He finds McConkey. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. The Chargers have it to start the 4th in a game that seems pretty far out of reach. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Set.
1st and 10, here's Herbert. Forced out to his right. He's running with it. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
From the 23. Bails out of the pocket quick. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
Set.
Herbert back to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Set. Go.
Here's Harris. Has a big hole left. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers putting up points in a game decided. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers cut into the lead by another point. sticker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Go.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Has his man, it's Swift. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Go. Hot, hot.
1st down, here's Swift. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? I'll put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
And he drives that run backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
From the 38. Flushed out of the pocket. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play.
Let's go.
Just like that.
On the ground with Swift. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Set up. Set up.
Going run again with Swift. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready, ready.
1st and goal, Swift. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Now a run with Wright. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal.
Got it. Ready. Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll try to run with Swift. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bears throwing 6 more on the blowout. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears continue piling on to this lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Chased out to his right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air, Herbert. Escapes the pocket. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Ready? Get up. Ready.
On third down, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
What is it?
Herbert throwing again. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Set. Set.
Now Herbert again. He's on the move. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Go. Real.
Throw on third down. Launches one deep downfield, and they pick him off again. Damon Johnson with the pick. And the Bears have it once again after yet another interception.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10.
Go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8.
Ready. Set up. Check go.
Williams will look to throw. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Chargers are going to take over deep in their own territory. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Set.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they pick him off again. And the Bears take over on his 5th interception of the season. He's done it, Brock. He's done it. His 4th interception of the game. And with it, ties the NFL single-game record.
How cool is this? We get to see history made. You know, you got to be close to perfect to get 3, 2. Heck, even a single interception in a game to get 4. Well, Kate, that is perfection.
Just incredible. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Set. Hunt.
Back-to-back carries here. And that play's brought brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
Go!
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Bears continue adding to an insurmountable lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10 now. Herbert. Oh, brother. It's another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears looking like they'll start this season with a win.
Ready?
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down.
Ready?
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect the timeout coming any moment now.
Let's go!
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd.
Ready?
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign.